everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. My name is Casey. So, on today's video, I'm taking y'all inside the pantry and we're going inside all of the freezers as well. So we're gonna do like a pantry and freezer tour today to see what I've gotten prepped for the winter. Still a couple more things that I have to get done, but all in all, it's pretty much done. It's gonna be kind of very slow, small projects here and there over the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to show you after every bit counts challenge, what I got going on. So let's go ahead and roll that intro and we'll jump inside the pantry.
I'm coming home.
Alrighty, y'all, so we're in the pantry. I'm trying to make sure that you can see everything because for those that know, it's not a very big room, maybe 6 by 6. So the struggle is real when it comes to setting up the camera. So, okay, we're gonna start kind of up top and I'm gonna put kind of video overlays over it so you can see. But right on, I don't even know if you can all the way see at the top. All the way up there. I got all of my dehydrated stuff. So I have dehydrated hash browns, squash, eggplant, potatoes, mashed potatoes. I've got all my cake mixes and then all of my extract underneath there, my cheese dip powders. That's only because hot air rises and that's not going to hurt anything if it gets to about 75 degrees up there, like it would all of my canned items. And then of course my winter squashes and stuff. So I keep those down that way. And then right next to that, as you can see, can you see? I mean, can I do any better? There we go. We're just going to do it this way, y'all. So right up here is the start of my soups. Now, I told you there was a couple more things that I wanted to prep up for the winter, and that's one of them. I love having different ones like our turkey stew, our chilies, chicken noodle soup, that kind of stuff. So once we get a little bit colder, maybe mid-October, I'll start stocking up some of those soups over like the December, January, February month. Right underneath that is going to be all of our meats. That's another one that I have to stock up a little bit more. If you've been following us for a while, you know that we are going to be processing our meat birds coming up soon. So we'll have a lot more of like the chicken. And that's all this is. I mean, this was raw packing of chicken. It's chicken legs in there. It creates its own juice. It's very simple. It's good to have. This is some shredded chicken that we did from a Cornish cross. And then, of course, we have all of our taco meats, our ground beef and our shredded chicken taco meat that are seasoned already. So we'll do a couple more of those and a bunch of the chicken. Up top here are all of our diced tomatoes. So we have diced tomatoes. I think I have one more of my hot sauce, some wing sauce. Those will all be used soup-wise, or if I run out of salsa, I can pop out a quart. And that's why I do the quart-size diced tomato, because my recipe calls for 1 quart of the tomato to do a little batch of the salsas. So that's pretty much it. It's the tomatoes. That's what we got for this year. It's going to be we use about that for the entire year. So this will be very empty come February. Right underneath the meats is going to be our taters. Y'all know I do this every year, and it is a roasted potato that I do that is already seasoned. So when you put it in, all I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the water. I'm going to put it in the air fryer, and it is so good, y'all. It's like crispy roasted potatoes. And we have a bunch of those because we use a lot of it. These are Crowder peas that Mom wanted for soups and sides over the winter. And then this is kind of her little corner of the woods because you got cabbage and potatoes, you got cabbage, and then her tomato and okra all the way hidden in the back. We'll find a spot for it when she wants it. This is another one that I still have to do some work on. This is going to be all of our broths, bone broths. Again, when we process our chickens, we'll be having a lot more bones because I'm going to be piecing out the ones that we're keeping for the freezer so it doesn't take up as much room. And we'll use all of the bones and do a big batch of bone broth. We use it a lot during the winter for soups and chilies and stews and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be good to stock this one back up. Let's see. Oh, We'll go over here. I have all the pickles and relishes, and I have cranberry sauce here only because I didn't have any room for it anywhere else. Well, I may now, kind of, because I've moved stuff around. But we didn't get that much cucumbers this year. So the ones that we got, we pickled and chips. I think I did one thing of spears, but we got some pickled okra because we got a bunch of okra from a friend, and I did some pickled asparagus. I love pickled asparagus for charcuterie boards and that kind of stuff. We also use them in holiday Bloody Marys, the ones that do drink Bloody Marys. I am not one of them. And then we got all of our relish, our sweet relish, and our, which is a zucchini relish, and then our dill relish, which is a cucumber. So that's that kind of area right there until we get to our corn. We got a bunch of corn that I canned that can be used in stews, chilies, so on and so forth. We have a lot more frozen, so I'll show you that when we get to that. We got our carrots that look so pretty. I don't like carrots, but they look really pretty. And then the coleslaw, and then our egg roll in a jar. Y'all, this is one of my like ultimate new time favorites. If I can get it without knocking everything down. It is so good. It's delish. So good. You drain it and then squeeze a little bit of the excess water out, and then you roll it up in some egg roll paper, or you really can put it over rice, and it's good that way too. Now we're getting to sauces. So I got barbecue. This is a vinegar-based barbecue. It was so delicious. It's good for roast. It's good for smoking. It's good for really anything. And then our salsas. You see I have one more batch of salsa to do, and we're stocked for the year, or the winter. And then we have the Rotel. And of course I throw these during football season. I throw them in some cheese dip powder, rehydrate it, and it's a really good dip. Down here is going to be the start of juices. And we got the V8 juice. I don't know if I can show you. So this is the V8 juice that I talked about in another video. That it's used for juices for breakfast. It's used for Bloody Marys. This is an apple barbecue sauce, which is so good. I canned this last year, and I did a bunch of it. So I have about 4 left, and we like to put it in roast in the crock pot or in the Instapot, and it's delicious. It has that sweet and savory flavor to it. This is tomato sauce that was canned last year that we just don't go through a lot of tomato sauce, I've noticed. Maybe if I can show you. We don't go through a lot of tomato sauce, I've noticed. So this is from last year, but it'll be fine. We'll go through it this year. I'll just make a habit of actually doing like pasta and stuff. Over here is the start of all the fruits. So, let me see. Do it this way. These are all of the pie fillings. So I've got a pecan, I've got pear, I have apple, I have red hot apples, which this was told to me about from a friend. This was told to me by my friend Alicia over at Country Mama Musing. It's the little red hot candies and the apples, and it's fun for like holiday drink decor and to put out on the little dessert table. It's nice and spicy and it's good. I got some apple sauces, and then I have start of the cobblers. So I have a blueberry and peach cobbler. I have a peach and water. I have peach and syrup. Yep, and that's all of my ones. And again, I use these for cobblers. I use these for cakes, pies, all that kind of stuff. Now, this next one is a newer one, and I tried to make it as a jam or as a jelly, but it did not set, so it is now, it didn't set at all, y'all. It is going to be maple pear syrup for cocktails, for pancakes. It'll be good. It'll be fine. Over here, I got our beer mustard. I tried this one out of the ball book. This is for like pretzels and charcuterie boards. So that's kind of exciting. It's kind of like a spicy mustard. And then, of course, then I have my cowboy candies and my jams. See, I do know how to make jam. I do. I promise I do. I just don't know what happened. All right, and then Down here is going to be all of the juices. So I got vinegars, and then what I have here, this is something recent too. This is a pear juice concentrate. So it's not as thick as most people would think of a concentrate, but it was reduced down a lot. It's very sweet. I had one of these to a half gallon, and then I filled the rest up with water, and then we have pear juice all through the winter. We got 2 big half gallon of the juices already canned. And then we got some grape juice. This is a muscadine grape juice. It's really good. I even can add this to a gallon water and fill with water, or a gallon jar and fill with water, and it's really good that way. Yeah. And then of course, one of my favorite juices that I do is cider, pear cider. Over the winter, it's so good. Heat it up, a little bit of adult beverage in it. Yummy, delicious. So I got a bunch of those. And then as we're moving over, maybe if I put the camera down, is going to be the water glass eggs. I did some in February. I think this is March, and then April, I think, are the 3. So we'll start using those. They look really pretty. Nothing is cracked. Fingers crossed. And then over here we have the beans to wrap up this side. And I got dried, so I can dried beans. So I got pinto, I got kidney, I have black bean, there's kidney. And then I also do a baked bean too. It was from Homesteading with the Zimmermans. It's so delicious. I really, really enjoy it. And then other dried beans. And then I'm gonna flip you around so you can see the very bottom. So here I've just put this together just so I can keep my spaghetti squashes. Normally there's no light in here, but I have the light on for the video. But cool, dark, it stays pretty cool now. It's about to get into winter. We go through them pretty fast. So those are our winter squashes. I got some onions and whole potatoes in there. I have 5-gallon buckets galore of like flour and the sugar and rice and black beans and kidney beans. And then these are my brandies that are not really fermenting, but soaking up all the yumminess. I'm so excited about this one. We named this after my dear friend Sandy over at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. It's going to be exciting. It's like a caramel, raspberry, and pear brandy. Yum! See, what else do I have? Okay, I have all of my lids, which normally are over here, but I was moving it for the video. Of course, all of my 4-jar canning lids, my Mylar bags, and then the brandy will be strained back into those. More jars, my wine bottles. So yes, let's head to the freezers, shall we? Alrighty, so we're at the first. So this first one is our meat freezer. So we're gonna have like pre-made egg treats right here. This is all of the seafood, shrimps and salmon and tilapia. And then we have the beef, all of our beef, and then all of our pork. And we get beef from our very dear friend, so their name's right here. I'll leave their link in the video, Long Pine Cattle Company. And we get our pork from the Way Farm, some dear friends from the farmer's market. So this is all of our pork here. And then chicken down there. And of course, we'll have more chicken soon to come. That's the meat freezer. And then this is supposed to be our fruit and dessert freezer, but it's the disheveled one for right now. It's because we got so many of these still, and I've got to do some more ketchups and some salsas for the pantry, so that is why a lot of this stuff is here. It is also where I keep our summer treats for the chicken. So this is the mealworms and water, and then our butters and all that kind of stuff is all in here. And some orange juice concentrate until I make my own. Well, let's head to the final one. And this is what we're calling the veggie one. Now this is actually going to be turned into a standing one because this is what we're going to be using for our meat business. But for right now, it's got all of our veggies and appetizers. So like our dumplings that we do, the cheese sticks, we got the fried zucchini, we got green tomatoes, and then underneath that is about 7 deep of zucchini. Oh, we got, let's see right here, the bacon wrapped figs. It's so good, y'all. It's so delicious. About 7 deep of the squash. Let me move appetizers back over. This right here going down, besides more figs, is fajita peppers and onions for fajitas. So good. We got broccoli and okra. Some of our leftover cookie cakes that we sell. They're so good, y'all. I got my cream of chickens for casseroles and soups. I freeze it this way because it's easy to get. We got some green beans and asparagus, more potatoes, and then all the way at the bottom, let's see if I can get to it. Probably not. Nope, there's more carrots. I'm gonna mess up this organization. Is our corn. We have whole corn on the cobs for sides, which are so good. So that's this one. Oh, and I almost forgot our bread freezer. I am the bread person. Yum, all of our bread stocked up. So y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed this pantry tour and freezer tour, make sure you're subscribing and hit that bell icon so you know that anytime that new content drops to the channel, such as more pantry tours. Be sure to follow us on social media at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. And until next video, bye y'all. Be blessed.
I'm coming